Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're off from Baltimore. Returnable from the 2. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First carry of the game for the rookie out of Alabama. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Another carry for him. Nice seam in the defense as he crosses the 45. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. First down, and they go right back to him. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Fields. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He gets the 1st and more inside the 15. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it! it, headed the other way. Did not want to start like that. They get their shot to show what they can do, and they cough it up immediately, and they're off the field in one play.
Did you see what I saw there, Kate? I think I saw the excitement leave their body as somebody else was on top of that fun ball. If you're the type to believe in omens, well, this is a very worrying start to this game.
And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Here's 2nd and 7. Has him on the quick hitter. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They gain 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Looking to throw Fields. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take a 13-0 lead. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. He'll get this one to Cowie. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. He's on the move. Connection made to Isaac Garindo. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Lamar throwing again. Escapes the pocket. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now Jackson off the play action. This will be caught by Cowie. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Ravens reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Offense up to the line fast. Running for the marker on... Oh, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Ravens.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Baltimore Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. Out wide, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be touched down after a big play.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Throw secured by George Pickett. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
24-yard gain.
New set of downs for him at the 38. He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Ravens.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
First and 10, here's Jackson. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
48-yard line.
Lamar now from the gun. Escapes out to the left. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. It's a 14-7 game. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're advancing it well as they face second down. Buys time, rolling right. Now he takes it, and able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Short pass brought in. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 2. That's another Baltimore first down. First and 10.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Chased out to his right. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down.
By T.J. Watt.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up second down.
Another try following the sack. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal. QB sneak coming, and he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. The fact that they pulled that out on a first and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive, first and 10. Off play action, it's Fields. Connects on the crosser. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Lone back gets the handoff. And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Second and 10 now. Throwing the out route complete. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on fourth down and pick up the first. New set of downs for him at the 38. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have second and 2 next. They send a man in motion from the 29. Brought in close to the 8. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal. They're running Running the option, short side. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Fields looking to throw. Off the mark there, incomplete pass. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
On 3rd and goal, here's Fields. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers take a second quarter lead. Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ravens 14. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Lamar. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens pushing for points. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, Garindo. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Pearsall there to grab it. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st down, here's Lamar. Taking a shot for the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Taz Walker touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens tie this game at 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that 2nd level.
Fields on 1st down. Getting out to his left. Now here he goes. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Hits him on the out route. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 16. Rolling left, buying some time. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Now it's second and goal from the 1. He keeps it himself. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Charbonnet. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Facing fourth down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Dicker connects there. And they've taken back the lead. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Forced out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's gonna get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
On the move, headed right. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. 1st and 10 from the 41.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26. Working inside the red zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take the lead right away in half number 2. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Fields out of the gun. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. And he goes out of bounds after taking it up to the 40. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Steelers 1st down. Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. First down throw for Fields. Austin's there to haul it in. And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. Shotgun snap to Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. It was Marcus Williams in on that stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Another throw for Fields. He's got it in the red zone. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the 2nd half. It puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
And that pass is caught inside the end zone. The 2-point try comes through, and their lead's a field goal now. Now Boswell on to send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, the old SMU Pony Express, That was not, Kate. That was a pitch anticipated by this defense, who had personnel in place to stay well ahead and greet him rather quickly.
Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers make it a 10-point ball game.
39. Ravens 29. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jackson trying again after the pick. Flush down out to his left. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
40-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Catch made underneath by the back. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 18. And the Baltimore first down.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he nearly gets to the 25 before going out. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
First down throw for Jackson. Brought in right side. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's gonna make you pay.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And the Steelers get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
They get an even 10 on that play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. Here's Fields to throw. That throw finds Pickens. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Steelers 1st down. Now it's Fields. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback gonna be upset with that 1st down, because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks. I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Now Fields. He's on the move. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Fields looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. The ball is loose. And that bounces out before anyone can make a recovery. They're going to have this one inside the 10.
39. Ravens 29.
So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough 3rd down here. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Catch is made in close. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers take a 3-possession lead.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Lamar now from the gun. Pearsall there to grab it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
On 1st down, Jackson.
Baltimore Ravens.
Chased out to his right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Jackson yet again. Sideline throw is complete to Pearsall. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Again, it's Jackson to the air. And they pick him off again. And the Steelers have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Fields out of the gun. Short pass brought in. Jukes out of one stop. And he runs out of bounds at the opposing 45. They get 22 on that one. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Shotgun snap to Fields. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Avoids the... This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack. You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That brings up a tough decision for them on 4th down. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. Definitely not an automatic here. This 41 yards away. Dicker connects there. And that extends the lead to 20.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Pistol snap to Jackson. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Lamar out of the pistol. He lofts it deep left. And they pick him off again. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Here's Fields. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Fields on first down. Completed to his running back.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Off play action, it's Fields. That won't be caught outright, it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Another throw for Fields. Complete beyond the marker. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Caught quickly on the slant. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Steelers nearing their 2nd win in the campaign. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Fields throwing here. Forced out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Looking to throw Fields. The throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here we go.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Flushed out of the pocket. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh! So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers continue piling onto this lead.
Ravens 29. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Into the hands of Walker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
No, we changed it. Go ahead.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. This will be caught by Kelly. And he'll be just inside the 10 before he goes out. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Jackson's gonna throw again. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens putting up points in a game decided. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And this kick is covered by the Steelers, who are going to go on to win this ball game. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. This finds Austin complete. And he's out just a second shy of reaching the red zone.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here we go, son.
All right, one more snap to play here. First down throw for Fields. Has it at the 7. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. So the Steelers come in and take